Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about something really important for all the NDA and CDS aspirants. Guys, क्या आपको पता है NDA और CDS एग्जाम्स के लिए हर साल लगभग 6 से 7 लाख कैंडिडेट फॉर्म भरते हैं, लेकिन इनमें से सिर्फ केवल 2 से 3% कैंडिडेट ही रिटन एग्जाम क्वालिफाई कर पाते हैं। और हम सबको पता है कि ये एग्जाम सिर्फ हमारी मेंटल एबिलिटी को ही नहीं बल्कि फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ और OLQs ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटीज को भी टेस्ट करता है। लेकिन डोंट वरी, वी हैव गॉट समवन स्पेशल टुडे जो अपने एक्सपीरियंस के थ्रू हमें समझाएंगे कि एस्पिरेंट्स को कौन से ट्रैप्स अवॉइड करने चाहिए।
So, a broadcast style conversation with Priyanshu Bhaiya, who had qualified NDA written exam as well as SSB not once but the twice.
He is here with us to share his strategies, preparation tips, and of course some solid advice for all of us aspirants.
So, Priyanshu Bhaiya, welcome to our channel.
Thanks a lot, Samo, for welcoming me on your platform. I'm glad to be here, and I'm quite glad to share whatever advice or whatever thing which I have learned from the journey of getting through the examination of UPSC or the SSB or the medicals, and eventually wherever I am, whatever I have learned, I'll be sharing with everyone, and I think that it will be helpful to everyone.
Okay, so yeah, let's start with your own journey. How did you start the preparation for NDA and what motivates you?
So, currently, as of now, I am in a college of Delhi University, that is Shahid Sukhdev College of Business Studies, and I am pursuing bachelor's in management studies. So, I got medical out from National Defence Academy. I got recommended twice. Once from SSB Kolkata and the second time from NSB Vishakhapatnam. I think that the biggest factor of motivation or the thing which brought me here in this journey of getting into defense or getting into the position of being an officer in defense. Look, I am a Mauryan. I am from Sainik School, Nalanda. So I got into Sainik School when I was in class 6th, and from then onwards for the past 7 years. From 2015 to 22, I was at my school. So basically, Sainik School is a school where you have the final motto of yours is to join National Defence Academy. Otherwise, most of the people drop out of that school if they do not want to get into defense forces. So the thing for me that why National Defence Academy or why to get into services for serving the nation. So the biggest factor of motivation for me was my education and my school itself. Because for the long period of 7 years, I was watching a lot of officers in their uniforms, and I was accustomed to that culture of being in a disciplined scenario, of being in a disciplined situation, and where you have all the possibilities of exercising your leadership abilities. And I knew that this is something which I want to continue in my life. I do not want to miss this thing. So that was a motivating factor. There were other factors also, like when I was in my school, I had a lot of opportunities in terms of sports, in terms of extra co-curricular activities, and the things which I had always wanted to do. And these kind of things, when you go into defense forces, especially when you go into National Defence Academy, there are a lot of things which you are going to learn. You are going to learn boxing, you are going to learn swimming, you are going to learn a lot of skills, a lot of things which I think that maybe will enhance your personality in general. So these things were the biggest motivation factor for me. Other than this, watching the officers in uniform and looking at the videos of defense forces, how they operate, and getting to know about different kind of threats from outside. Like I was very much interested into learning more and more about geopolitics. So I used to learn a lot about who are the neighboring countries of ours and what kind of threat do we possess from them. So these kind of things in combination motivated me to go for this career. And eventually everyone around me, like my friends, my peers, they all were into the preparation of National Defence Academy. And that is something also which brought something out from out of me. That because my peers are also preparing, so I must also prepare for this exam. because this exams offers me everything which I am looking for. So this was the biggest motivation factor for me.
ओके भैया, एज वी नो कि सीडीएस और एनडीए का सिलेबस बहुत ज्यादा वास्ट है, एंड फॉर मैनी एस्पिरेंट्स नोइंग वेयर टू स्टार्ट कैन बी चैलेंज. तो हाउ डिड यू अप्रोच अंडरस्टैंडिंग द सिलेबस एंड सेटिंग प्रायोरिटीज इन योर स्टडीज?
Yep, Samo, I agree with you. There are certain ways in which this vast syllabus can be covered, and it can ensure that at least you get through the written part. Okay? So I'll say that, look, in NDA there are two things, GAT and mathematics. In mathematics, I'll say that no matter how much conceptual clarity do you have, okay, it doesn't matter. If you haven't gone through the PYQs and if you haven't solved the questions, if you haven't been through the practice set, then you will not be able to do it in the examination, and that is the final truth. Okay. So I'll say that for mathematics, what one should do, that one should go through the conceptual clarity. But the major focus should never be the conceptual clarity, because it is a very simple thing. Okay. You can watch a video online from YouTube and you can have conceptual clarity. That's all. You have to just make a notes which has certain concepts or the key techniques of solving the questions. Okay. After that, what you have to do, that is the major part. That you'll have to go through the PYQs. You have to analyze the PYQs, that what are the kind of questions that are being asked. Because remember, see, that you cannot cover everything under the sun. You'll have to set your boundaries with respect to mathematics. And that boundary can only be set when you have gone through the previous year questions. Okay. Then you have to practice a lot. First, you have to practice the previous year question, and then you have to practice the other kind of questions which are on the line of previous year questions. Okay. Make sure that throughout your preparation, the moment you have covered a particular portion of syllabus, okay, which is enough for you to write a mock test, you start writing the mock test. At least for mathematics, because it is very important. The number of mock tests will determine how much score you are going to get into the examination. That is for sure. Okay, so start doing it. I'll say that for my part, I'll say that when I was preparing for NDA examination, I was into my school, that is Sainika school, and there they had one mock test each week, one mock test at least. So it made sure that the number of mock tests were around 15 to 20, and we had a lot of practice and we had a lot of conceptual clarity as well, because we had practiced based on the theory which we had studied for mathematics. So make sure you do this for the mathematics part.
Yeah, would you suggest focusing on a specific subject or cover everything equally in the initial stage?
Okay, so talking about the priorities, like what should be studied before, what should be studied after, what should be the order of studying things. So I'll say that, see, mathematics is definitely more important than GAT till the time you are in a situation where you are easily clearing the cutoff of mathematics. Okay. Once you are easily clearing the cutoff of mathematics, then you should focus more on that. In mathematics and in GAT, what should be your priority? For mathematics, I'll say that you'll have to do PYQ analysis. Once you have done the PYQ analysis, you will identify certain areas from which the questions are asked frequently. So you'll have to make a kind of list where you'll have to identify that this topic is asked more frequently. So I'll study this topic in the beginning. Okay, so that you'll have more time to revise and practice that topic. So you'll make that list in mathematics. When it comes to GAT, now in GAT, there are certain subjects which are more important and there are certain subjects which are not that much important. So you'll have to prioritize accordingly. You have to study everything until there is any crunch of time. So in GAT, mathematics is the ultimate, English is the ultimate priority. So you'll have to definitely go through English and you'll have to cover everything, every basic nuances which are there in terms of whatever you have to study in English. Okay. In English, like the synonyms and antonyms, okay, these things are something which you have to go through. There are certain kinds of synonyms which you have to study for this exam. there are some certain kinds of things which you have to study for this exam when it comes to antonyms and other things. But there is some definite portion in English also, like jumble words. Okay. There is a particular boundary for jumble words. There is a particular boundary for other grammatical things, which the UPSC will never cross the boundary, because it has a syllabus, it has a pattern of asking question from there. So I'll say that first you go for those things. Okay. Your priority should be the definite thing. Then you should go for the rest of the things, that is synonyms, antonyms, okay, uh, and whatever other things are asked in the English paper. Then talking about the rest of the subjects in the GAT, like there is a subject history. Now, no matter how much you study in history, okay, let me be very clear. There will be questions from history which you will not be able to do in the examination. Okay. Mostly it happens with all of us who are appearing for the ND examination, because history, its syllabus is very vast, and you will have to study thoroughly in order to answer the questions. Okay. I'll say that the portion from where the question is common and it is not that much tough, that you should target first. Like in the science portion, science is asked which is doable. So anyone who is from the science background should always prioritize science over other subjects. After science, the other things like geography, okay, the other subjects like some basic general awareness questions, okay, or the questions of current affair. Current affair also, they are not asking in too much of detail or some kind of weird, unheard current affair. They are not asking that. They are asking very general current affair. Just you have to limit your boundary, that in current affair you will not be extending beyond a particular limit. So by prioritizing in such a manner, you will be able to do it. Okay? And always remember that the subjects like history, which are not generally done by the students in a large number, okay, so avoid studying that subject in the first phase of your preparation. You go through the other subjects and then jump onto those subjects.
Yeah, one of the biggest challenge aspirants face is maintaining consistency. Initially, motivation is high, but it trends deep over time. How did you keep yourself consistent through your preparation?
Yeah. So consistency. I'll not say that I was too much consistent when I was preparing for the exam, but I had my own challenges when we talk about consistency, and everyone does. Okay. Let us accept that everyone has that consistency and being constant with your preparation wala challenge, and nobody is in the same kind of motivation which they are in the beginning. But it is important to crack this exam. At some point of time, you'll have to realize that you will have to be consistent and you'll have to be constant with your studies. For that, I'll say that remember one thing: don't overdo it, don't underdo it. That is the rule. See, if you have to study for 7 days, okay, there are 7 days in a week, and if you have to study for the next 7 days, then you must have that seventh day as a holy day or as a chill day. Okay? You cannot study throughout the week. So you must have breaks in the middle of your preparation, and those breaks should be effective and they must be relieving in nature. Okay? That you studied thoroughly for the 6 days, and in those 6 days also, you must not be in a lot of pressure or in a lot of comparison. Wala thing. You must have that I have to study 4 hours, 5 hours, or 6 hours each day. Okay? But I have to study consistently for these many hours for the next 6 days. Okay? And then I'll take a break in the 7th day. Believe me, if you are doing this thing, like if you are not overburdening yourself with content and with the targets which you have framed for yourself, then you will be able to do it with a relaxed mindset, and you will be able to do it for a longer period of time than what others are doing. Do not compare yourself. Okay? That is the major thing. That someone is studying for say 8 hours a day. Okay? Do not go into that trap of comparison, because everyone has different kind of mindset and everyone has different kind of preparation strategy. If you are someone who is comfortable in studying for 6 hours a day, then you study 6 hours each day. Okay? And then take a break on the weekdays or like Saturday or Sunday. That is the thing. Okay? बस इतना ही करना. बाकी when you'll be 1 month away from the examination, then I'll say that you'll have to you'll have to increase the number of hours which you are devoting for the examination. Like you'll have to go for 9 or 10 hours a day. Okay, that I'll surely recommend. Uh, Other thing about consistency, I'll say that do not rely on motivation, and especially do not go for watching a lot of videos online or a lot of talk with someone else about how you can remain motivated, how much hard work you can do, and what things you can achieve in your life by being motivated and all those kind of stuff. Okay. Motivation is one of the biggest hoax. ठीक है, इट इज काइंड ऑफ अबैंडनिंग थिंग, वो आपको अबैंडन करके चला जाता है. ठीक है, एट योर मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फेजेस. आई से दैट डिसिप्लिन इज द की. मोटिवेटेड कम रहो, चले डिसिप्लिन रहो. ठीक है, कि मेरे उठने का टाइम ये है तो मैं इतने बजे ही उठूं. देयर इज नो अदर टाइम विच आई एम गोइंग टू वेक अप एट. ठीक है, आई विल नॉट बी लेट एट वेकिंग अप. ठीक है, इफ आई हैव टू सिट फॉर स्टडीज एट दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, no matter what is my mood, even if I don't like studying at that particular point of time for that day, then also I'll sit, because that is your routine, that is your discipline. Okay. So rely on discipline, do not rely on motivation, do not overdo it, and do not underdo it. That's the key for consistency.
Okay, Bhaiya, I got the point. What do you think cause most aspirants to lose motivation, and how can they get back on track?
See, I do not have any particular advice for this thing. For the people who are at the verge of leaving the preparation. But I'll say just realize this, that this is a very funny thing. You are very, very young. Okay, you have a lot of scope in your life. You can do a lot of things in your life. No matter what, even if you don't get through this examination means the thing. Once you will get into some college, once you will get into some university, what you will eventually realize that there are a lot of things which you can do in your life, which are better than this. Okay. So, do not get suppressed into the thinking कि अगर मेरा नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा. ठीक है, और get into too much anxiety or depression. नहीं होगा तो और कुछ कर लेंगे. ठीक है, so there are a lot of ways. और लाइफ में once you'll get out of this process, ठीक है, even if you don't make it through, so you'll realize that there are some better things in life than this, at which you can be thorough with. ठीक है, and you can explore and you can learn and you can grow. ठीक है, so there is nothing in this examination. ठीक है, take it that way. होगा तो ठीक, नहीं होगा तो कोई बात नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
Okay, Bhaiya, let's come on the time management. Time management is a key when balancing multiple subjects. What was your daily schedule like, and how did you ensure that you are giving enough time for each subject?
Okay, so talking about time management. Time management, I'll say that you must have a routine of your day where you have to divide it in two parts. In the morning and again in the evening, and that is one of the best ways to study. Like in the morning you have a bit of fresh mindset, and then you go for the studying wala thing. So you study, you get to learn a lot of things, and then you go for sleep in the afternoon after eating and all. And then again when you wake up in the evening, again you have a lot of time to study, and your mind is again fresh because you had a sleep. Okay, and then you study till 10, 11 or whatever time you like, and then you can again go for your sleeps. Okay, sleep is very important, that is for sure. Why I said to divide in two parts, because you can, if one is sitting for 6-7 hours continuously, then it becomes a little bit of exhausting, and the things do not enter into your brain properly. So that is why I'm recommending to divide it in two parts. About the subject, so I'll say that you go for the mathematics portion in the morning or in the evening, whenever you are comfortable. That is not a concern. The thing here is that do not take a lot of subjects at a particular point of time and start. In that, I'll say that you do English, and along with English, you do one more subject. Like if you have to do geography, then you do geography. If you have to do physics, then you do physics. Okay, but along with English, you have to take one subject. Okay, till the time English is complete, then you can take 2 other subjects of CAT. And in mathematics, you devote 50% of your time in the mathematics in the beginning, and rest 50% for the GAT portion. Okay, that is English and other subjects combined. And this is how you will be able to do it. 6 to 7 hours, quite enough. Okay, 3 hours in the morning for the mathematics, and 3 to 4 hours in the evening for the GAT portion. Or you can switch in terms of the sequencing which I have given, like maths in the evening and GAT in the morning.
Okay, Bhaiya, let's come on the problem that most of the aspirants faces dealing with distraction. In today's world, distraction like social media are unavoidable. Did you struggle with this? If yes, how did you keep yourself focused?
Okay, so coming to distraction. Distraction, first of all, what is distraction? That is the major question here. For me, having a lot of social contact with people, talking to them, spending time with people, playing with some friends, or spending time with your family, that is not distraction. Okay? That is not distraction at all. That is a good thing. That will enhance your personality. That will help you out after you have cleared the first phase of this examination, that is in your SSVs, okay, which is more important than I'll say written, because people are not able to get through the interview wala part. But again, if we are talking about written and all this stuff, in this also, I'll say that the major distraction is social media and relationship issues. Okay? So you'll have to keep your distance from these two things. About social media, I'll say that if possible, please deactivate your account for a particular period of time. Like for say that if there are 3 months or 4 months remaining in your examination, then I'll recommend that you do it in that particular point of time. Because scrolling, watching reels, or chatting with friends online, and watching notification, that will add on nothing, and that will reduce your attention span also. Okay? Keep your mind focused and clear for the content which you're consuming for the examination. Okay? And at least for the 3-4 months prior to the examination. That is very important. About relationship issues, so I'll say that examination is very important. Don't get into some kind of a relationship issue with some friend or some opposite gender also, because uh, because the best thing which you can do when it comes to relationship is to maintain distance from the people who are negative in mindset or who are negative in nature. Because believe me, the more you are going to engage with such kind of people, the more you are going to reply them. Okay, you will find yourself in a difficult situation or a difficult position. So maintain a distance from such people and just keep doing your stuff. Okay, just keep doing it. And once you are maintaining your distance, you are not in a lot of replying mindset that I'll reply for everything which they are saying or which they are commenting. Okay, so they will definitely stop doing that particular thing. And even if there is some kind of relationship issue, then you just get away yourself from that particular scenario. Okay. So that is highly recommended from my side regarding distraction, the social media and the relationship issue.
Okay, Bhaiya, let's talk about the revision strategies. Once the syllabus is covered, many aspirants find it hard to revise efficiently. What was your revision strategies and how frequently did you revise topic?
The frequency of revision in the starting, of course, you have to cover the syllabus first. So in the weekend, you can revise for 3 to 4 hours. Okay, because you have to cover the syllabus first. But later on, when you are close to the examination, like you are 3 months to 4 months away from the examination, in that phase, I'll say that you start revising daily. You dedicate 1 or 2 hours daily for the revision purpose. And the methods which I am telling you, adopt those methods and then you revise. Because if you will not revise, definitely you will forget the things and you'll not be able to use them in your final examination. So your studying will become useless.
Bhaiya, do you think revision should be daily or weekly? And how can aspirants ensure that they don't forget what they studied?
Okay, so revision is very, very important. For maths, I'll say that while solving questions, while practicing questions, or while going through the mock test and previous year questions, you'll find certain ways in which the questions are done in ease. Like you'll find a shortcut to that question. That if I had put the values in this particular shortcut, then I'll directly get the answer. So whenever you get such kind of short tricks or shortcuts, you take those and write in your notes copy, okay, notebook. From there, you'll have to revise it again and again and try to apply it in your when you are again practicing the same thing. Okay. So that will be for mathematics, the revision wala thing. When it comes to GAT, now GAT is something which you have to revise again and again because you have to convert whatever you have studied in the examination. So again, I'll say that watch the video thrice, if you have that much time. if you have studied through videos, if you have studied through some kind of written content, then there are multiple ways. Like if you have highlighted, then read the highlighted portion again and again. And if possible, I'll say that whatever you have studied, write on a piece of paper and then create a voice note. Voice notes are very helpful. You'll record your voice studying all that and explaining to yourself. And then again you'll listen to that voice note, okay, and do it along with your preparation, okay, because in the last you'll not get this much time. So you'll hear it in your last phase of preparation, and then the revision will become a piece of cake for you because you have explained that thing to yourself, and now again you are listening to it. So it will be like getting your mind trained to remember that thing, ठीक है. तो वो काफी ज्यादा काम करता है, and please do it. तो रिवीजन के लिए यही स्ट्रेटेजी होगी.
Okay, Bhaiya, as we talk about the revision strategies, one of the common problem aspirant face is choosing the right study material. There are so many books and resources available in the market. How did you choose the right ones for your preparation?
Again, talking about the study material, as I have already told you, that you must have a base material. It can be from any coaching or from any personal recommendation which you had from, for say, YouTube or some senior which had already prepared for the examination. For me, it was Lucent and Pathfinder, which were the base material. So I'll say go through that base material and be thorough with that base material. After you have prepared the base material, then you go for the other kind of resources like the coaching videos or some conceptual clarity videos which are available on YouTube for the GAT portion. Okay. And revise it again and again, and stick to one particular resource. There is no need to go for a lot of resources. Especially in current affair also, you'll have to make sure that you follow one resource and you have to cover the entire current affair from there on. Okay. So this will work out eventually.
Bhaiya, do you recommended sticking to limited resources or exploring multiple sources?
Again, exploring multiple resources, there is no need. Okay. Because definitely you won't have enough time to revise all the things and then use it in your examination. Stick to a few resources. Decide prior, okay, that these are the resources, and if I'm going to study from these resources, then definitely I'm going to have cleared this examination. Once you have decided, then there is no turning back. You will have to stick to that resource, okay, and you'll have to go through that resource again and again, and you'll have to use it in your examination.
Okay, Bhaiya, mock test and previous year papers are often recommended, but many aspirants don't realize their true value. How important were these in your preparation?
Again, I'll say for the mock test, you must have gone through at least 15 to 20 mock tests. This is not a definite number. See, there are people who are able to crack this examination without going through mock. But for a normal aspirant with an average mindset, okay, I'll say that it is recommended that you must go through 15 to 20 mock tests. And what should be the frequency of mock test? I'll not say that you must go through mock test each day and you spend a lot of time in giving just mock tests. I'll say that you must have a routine that 3 months or 2 months prior to examination, you'll start giving mock test twice in a week, okay, or once in a week sometimes. And the major thing is not going through the mock test. The major thing is analyzing that mock test. That once you have gone through the mock test or once you have given a PYQ as a mock test, okay, PYQ is a mock test is a very essential thing. Give a lot of PYQs as a mock test also. So once you have gone through the mock test of PYQ or of general mock tests which are available for the coaching industries, then what you do that you analyze the questions, that what were the major areas from where you were committing the mistakes. And after analyzing those areas, try to improve upon the particular topics where you are committing the mistake. Okay. There is no point of just giving the mock test. Okay. You'll give again and again the mock test. Maybe sometimes you'll get a number by luck. Okay. And you'll say that I have improved in the mock test, which is not the reality. You'll have to analyze it and then you will have to work on the areas where you are not getting the marks. So this will be the strategy.
Okay, Bhaiya, let's talk about a common problem, handling stress and self-doubt. Stress and self-doubt are common, especially when exam dates come closer. Did you ever feel overwhelmed? And how did you manage to deal with the pressure?
देखो, self doubt तो होता है, बहुत ज्यादा होता है, and there is no particular remedy for self doubt. Self doubt होगा, even if you are scoring a lot of marks in your written thing, there is still a lot of scope for self doubt. Okay, maybe that day I will not be able to solve the question, or even if I'm able to get through the written part, then I may get stuck in the SSB wala thing. So there is a lot of self doubt. Eventually, you'll have to overcome this self doubt. See, I'll say that for self doubt, you must get into the practice of giving mock tests. Okay? And once you are performing well at mock tests, eventually you will be able to manage this self doubt to a large extent. Other thing, that once you are able to clear the examination, you'll feel a little bit confident for the SSB and you'll prepare for the SSB, and there will not be much self doubt. Okay, if you are able to do the preparation well. So for the examination, self doubt will be there. Okay, you'll have to manage it. Just you have to make sure that the day you are visiting the examination, you have to keep one thing in your mind, that this self doubt or whatever anxiety which you are feeling before the examination, this is common to everyone. Okay, this is common to each one of you who is standing on the gate of your examination center. So what will make you different from those is to suppress this anxiety or self-doubt, and that will make the difference. So this is the technique which I also applied in SSP also, that whenever I went for SSP and there were a lot of people, there was a lot of gathering which was standing on the railway station or which was standing wherever they were called, like outside the SSP center, with suit on and ties up. Okay. I used to think just this thing, that whatever I am feeling, whatever kind of pressure or anxiety which I have right now, the same kind of pressure and anxiety is felt by each one of them. Okay. So if I have to be better than them, then I'll have to remove it. And just by feeling this, just by realizing this, that each one of us has that anxiety, you are able to overcome this anxiety.
Bhaiya, what advice would you give to aspirants who feel like giving up because of constant self-doubt or stress?
Look, the most important thing, the most important mistake which you are going to make is to think that this examination is everything. No, it is not. And this attachment is the reason because of which most of the aspirants who, even if they get through the written part, they are not able to get through SSP, because they get too much attached with this examination. Okay. Keep one hand distance. Okay. Maintain a bit distance. There is a personal life. There are a lot of things. Okay. And you have your own work. Yes, you are doing hard work. Yes, you will give the examination with all the dedication and hard work which you have put throughout the months before. But eventually, even if you are not able to make it, no doubt. Okay. No doubt on yourself. That's the rule. That's the game. And you'll have to move on. That's it. And there is no bigger mistake than this. The other mistakes, they can be improved upon. They can be worked upon. This mistake, if not realized at the right time, it can cost you attempts. Do not get too much attached with this examination process.
Bhaiya, as I see, you got good physique. How did you manage to keep with physical training while focusing on your studies?
Okay, so I'm not sure about it right now. But when I was preparing for the exam at that time, I used to play a lot, especially in the evening. In the morning, I used to have PT in my school. So definitely I had a good physique, and it is required for in SSP when you will do the GTO tasks. There it will be required for you to have a good physique, a decent physique, based on which you will be able to get through all the obstacles. So I'll say that along with preparation of this exam, if possible, then you should definitely do something, something physical. Like you should do some running in the morning, and if not running, then I'll say that best thing will be when you'll have a group of friends and you'll have certain physical thing, physically active thing, to engage it with it in the evening. Like for say that you can play basketball, you can play football, or you can play hockey or some other kind of game. I used to play hockey. I was a hockey player. So engaging into a sports activity in the evening will do two things: that it will keep your mind fresh, and it will not give you a lot of burden of the examination, and it will socialize you with your friends, and again it will keep you healthy, and you will be of a balanced nature as well as balanced physique.
Bhaiya, looking back at your own preparation, what are some common mistakes you see aspirants making, and how can they avoid them?
Look, the most important thing, the most important mistake which you are going to make is to think that this examination is everything. No, it is not. And this attachment is the reason because of which most of the aspirants who, even if they get through the written part, they are not able to get through SSP because they get too much attached with this examination. Okay. Keep one hand distance. Okay, maintain a bit distance. There is a personal life. There are a lot of things. Okay, and you have your own work. Yes, you are doing hard work. Yes, you will give the examination with all the dedication and hard work which you have put throughout the months before. But eventually, even if you are not able to make it, no doubt. Okay, no doubt on yourself. That's the rule. That's the game. And you'll have to move on. That's it. And there is no bigger mistake than this. The other mistakes, they can be improved upon. They can be worked upon. This mistake, if not realized at the right time, it can cost you attempts. Do not get too much attached with this examination process.
Bhaiya, what mindset do you think is crucial to not just clearing the exam but also preparing for the challenges that lie ahead?
See, I do not have any particular advice for this thing, for the people who are at the verge of leaving the preparation. But I'll say just realize this, that this is a very funny thing. You are very, very young. Okay, you have a lot of scope in your life. You can do a lot of things in your life. No matter what, even if you don't get through this examination means the thing. Once you will get into some college, once you will get into some university, what you will eventually realize that there are a lot of things which you can do in your life, which are better than this. Okay. So do not get suppressed into the thinking कि अगर मेरा नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा, ठीक है, और get into too much anxiety or depression. नहीं होगा तो और कुछ कर लेंगे, ठीक है. So there are a lot of ways. और life में once you'll get out of this process, ठीक है, even if you don't make it through, so you'll realize that there are some better things in life than this, at which you can be thorough with, ठीक है, and you can explore and you can learn and you can grow. Okay, so there is nothing in this examination. ठीक है, take it that way. होगा तो ठीक, नहीं होगा तो कोई बात नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
Priya, thank you so much for joining us today. Your experience and tips are truly valuable, and I'm sure they'll help a lot of aspirants in their preparation journey. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Okay, thanks a lot, Summer. I'm glad to be here on your platform. I'll be glad to share all the things which I've learned through this journey. Thanks a lot.
Thanks again, Bhaiya. And for all our viewers, if you want to learn more about the brave heroes of our armed forces, make sure to check out my website. We got detailed stories about army heroes, their journeys and sacrifices that will inspire and motivate you even further. Plus, on the website, you can also use our person-to-person video call feature where you can connect with your friends for one-to-one conversation. Just like a broadcast, it's a great way to improve your communication skills, discuss preparation strategies, and practice for interviews or SSBs. So go ahead, visit the site and start making the most out of these resources. Okay, if today's session helped you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and share it with your fellow aspirants. Stay disciplined, stay motivated and keep pushing towards your goal. Jai Hind.